Yo, why somebody stole my truck? And I have all this evidence, but the police will not help me figure out who stole my truck. But you know who can? You. So a little while ago, someone stole my vehicle. And I was only able to get it back because I had a Galaxy Smart Tag 2 inside of my truck. Let it zoom in. But that is how I was able to get my vehicle back. Now, the thieves, let me tell you, they must have got out of my car very fast because they just left it anywhere, like in this big open parking lot. But the parking lot had a bunch of cameras in it. And I think the reason why they did that was because I have a Auto Pro X. And here's the Auto Pro X. I'm not sure if that is catching. But the Auto Pro X is to help my Android Auto to connect to my vehicle wirelessly. Really helps. I love it. I wish that you guys could connect to it, but they don't have them anymore. But there are other substitutes, and I may have one in the link below. But you can definitely get your Galaxy Smart Tag 2. You can get that in the link below. Also, when I called the officer, they didn't even want to take fingerprints. And I was like, well, why? And they were like, well, because nobody died. There was no weapon found inside of the vehicle, and we got your vehicle back. So I thought this was very strange because, I mean, you could take fingerprints because the fingerprints are fresh. The vehicle hasn't been touched. So you got the knobs, you got the windows, you can check the steering wheel, you can check the seat belts. There's a host of places you could check. And even my Auto Pro, they broke it. They tore it up because I guess they thought that this was the tracking device. So I guess when they found it, they were like, well, let me get out of here. And they parked the vehicle, took a few things, and then they left. Let me tell you, the car smelled so heavy with weed that it actually smelled like the people or the person was still in the vehicle. It was alarming. I don't have anything against weed, but you know, when your personal space has been violated, and to smell the person or a scent that you don't normally smell in your vehicle, it reminds you that someone other than you were in this space. Such a violation, and that smell lasted for a while. But it was shocking to me that they wouldn't take fingerprints. Now, when I got in my vehicle, I found more than fingerprints. Guess what I found? I don't know if you guys can see that or not. What I found was a cigarette filter, DNA, a lighter. So if you got a cigarette filter, that's straight up DNA. But had the officers looked inside of my vehicle, they would have found this. I would have told them that it didn't belong to me. It belonged to the people who were in my vehicle or the person who was in my vehicle, and they could have gotten this DNA. And definitely the fingerprints is some type of fancy lighter. I don't know. However, they didn't check. They didn't do the work. So I decided to call another officer once I got the vehicle home and give him the DNA. He looked at it and he said, can't take it. I was like, well, why? He was like, well, because we're so backed up that it would take years before we even got to testing this for DNA. And I'm thinking, what? So guess what? The only thing I did was I kept it for video documenting purposes. Because guess what? You guys make stuff happen. But I'm not done there. So I have a Ring camera, and when you have a Ring camera, you get to be a part of the Neighborhood app. And on the Neighborhood app, you get a lot of notifications of everything that's going on in your neighborhood. People send the Ring videos, so you can see people stealing Amazon packages or, you know, just committing crimes. Check this video out. So since I have the Neighborhood app, I can see that since my vehicle had been broken into, there seems to be an uptick in vehicles being broken into or stolen now. And I'm just thinking, had they taken the time to do a little bit of work, all right, and tried to catch the person who had taken my vehicle, then they could have been on the front end of this. Now they are having to do more work, spend more time, get more calls, more money being spent by the city, because now it looks like the criminals or the thief or the thieves have gone on a crime spree. And this could have been eliminated had they did what they should have done on the front end. I don't know if it's the same person or not. He's in the neighborhood and he's still going through people's belongings. Did you see that? The infamous Excel. Now, when we do that, you know we tired. But if you want to make me feel better, subscribe. That'll let me know you with me and I'm not alone. All right, back to the show. Lord Jesus, parents, if we could just get our kids off of these electronics and fashion and get them into education, perhaps the phones will stop cutting off the circulation to their brains and they could actively compete in the work market or the entrepreneur spaces. I'm not sure what's going on, but this is what we're breeding now. Now they are running around here, unable to communicate, unable to be social, unable to provide for themselves. The only thing they can do is revert back to an archaic way of surviving by becoming hunter-gatherers, taking from the ones who are working. I mean, look at this guy. We live in a time where we can track our vehicles and cameras are everywhere. And this guy is still out here being archaic. But if the police don't care, I guess it really doesn't matter, right? They only seem to get involved when the internet becomes active. So, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, do your thing. Do your thing, and let's catch this hunter-gatherer. Until next time, guys, be careful, be safe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Please go ahead and subscribe. If you're watching, you may as well. All right, talk to you later. Bye.